Hey guys, it's Lee, your independent scented consultant. Welcome back to my channel and to this monthly Empties video for January 2022. So, I am trying to use up a lot of my older stuff and trying to reduce the amount of stuff I have. So I have been trying to go through, like I said, a lot of the older stuff and get rid of it, while also trying to work on some of the new stuff. So I'm just having a quick look in here, trying to split out the candles and the scentsy stuff, so that I don't, just so that I try and keep the scentsy stuff and non-scentsy stuff separately, but also so just move the scentsy stuff to one side. So I will start with, I started a wax lyrical reed diffuser. I bought this, I think it was Christmas 2020. Actually no, I think it was in the sale, so that was January 2021. I didn't use it, forgot all about it, and then found it the other week and I was like, ooh, Oriental spice, that's nice and like wintry. I shall use that. So that's in the spare bedroom. So that's the only non-scentsy, non-wax item. So then I went through a Yankee Candle Simply Home Lemon Cream, bit of a mouthful, votive candle, quite nice, quite light, might just be because I've had it so long. I mean, you can see kind of the state of it. A lot of my votive candles I've had for probably way too long, so a lot of the pack hits have gone all funky and some of the candles have lost most of their smell. Then I used up a Kringle candle. I think these are called daylight candles, because they burn for about 12 hours. So this was in the balsam fir scent and it was nice. I burnt that over a few days while I was working. Then this one was one that I'd actually, it was originally a Kringle candle, which I reused the jar and made my own candle out of disused wax melts. So I finished that off. That had been in the cupboard probably a good 12 months. So I was like, why am I keeping this? So use that up, and I will now use the jar for some spices. Then I used up a Bonfires and Fireworks little jar candle from Wickman & Co, which is based in Maesteg in Wales, and I must be honest, this was really nice. It was a really slightly smoky, slightly sweet, hard to describe it other than that, candle. That was really nice. I burnt quite well. Then this was from the White Company, and it was, I want to say it was a ginger. It was one that was exclusive, like a preview, which is why the jar's not printed. Most of the White Company jars are printed with the scent, but this was like a preview one. I think it must have been for an event. That was really nice. It burnt well. It could have burnt better, but the actual wax itself, or the candle itself, burnt really well right down to the bottom. Then I actually had a almond scented candle. So this was from Denal, and yeah, it did go a bit sooty at the top, but I mean, it burnt. It just burnt so well. I mean, all that's left is literally the residue around the wick clips and tiny bit of residue on the glass. That was really nice scent. It smelt almond. It smelt like marzipan. I love marzipan. It's probably why I liked it so much. Then what's in there? This one excuse me, was bugger, what scent was this? I think it was Winter Kisses or something like that. It was a really nice scent. This was by Wax Lyrical, and this was a really, really nice scent. The jar is really cute. You could clean this out and use it for like a pen pot or something. I may actually wash it out and pop it in for the charity shop just because it seems too nice to throw out. It burnt really, really well. Eventually, this soot was only fairly recent. Pretty much right until the bottom it burnt so well. But then the wick kind of went like that. And no matter what I did, it just kept falling over, which of course then meant the flame was a bit too close to the glass, which is what caused most of the sooting. But on the whole, no, like I said, it was only probably the last few days that I really had the sooting problem. Like you can see, it burnt right the way to the bottom. So that was another good one, which just, well, I have a few of them. Then I finally finished this one off, which I bought about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, which was from Owen Drew, who are based on the Wirral, and this is Carrera Marble, and it was an expensive candle. It did burn pretty well. I think it was only really the last it was the last burn where it kind of had some tunnelling. On the whole, it did burn really, really well. I'm not throwing this one out. I am going to clean it out, and I will pop it in the bathroom and use it to pop a tea light in, because the light being diffused through the marble is so pretty. So there's that one. Then there was this trinket jar container from John Lewis. So this was in Coastal Breeze. This one was really nice. Really nice clean scent. It was about, I think it was about £17 or £18, and it was awful. It just did not burn very well at all. I mean, you can see there, I think, just how much wax is left in there, and it, no matter what I did, it just did not burn. Essentially, I kept trying to like straighten the wick, recenter the wick. It was just having none of it. So yeah, once that extinguished itself, I was like, right, clean that out. That's another one that can go to the charity shop. Sorry, I'm falling over my words because I'm tired and I just want to get this done so that the bits for recycling can go in the recycling. Then we have a kitchen herbs from Homeworks. So this was via QVC UK, and really, really nice scent. It did perform really well. Tiny bit of like certain residue. Again, that I think that was pretty much kind of towards the end. Did perform really, really well, and yeah, there's very, very little wax left in the bottom. I really get a problem with the Homeworks candles. It's very, very rare that I have any form of issue. And these, you can remove the label quite easily. It's just like a shrink wrap band. So you can peel these off. If I can, just to show you. Yeah, there. So just show you how easy it is. They just, unlike, yeah, so you can actually see there just how little wax is left in there. Very, very little. So there's that one. So these, oops, nearly dropped it. So these do make really good storage jars. I do have a few with bath salts in. I don't need any more, so I will recycle this one. But they're great. You can use them for candy dishes, bonbon dishes. You could use them for tea, coffee and sugar, pretty much anything. And then there's this one, which I gave up on. So Jack Frost used to be one of my favourite scents. In fact, I think it was my favourite scent at one point. And this was horrendous. I don't really know what else to say about it. Smell on cold, lush. Love it. Really, really like it. Light it and it just... ugh, most revolting thing I've ever smelled. Don't know what happens to it, but I just... after 2 burns, I was like, I can't deal with this. Life's too short for poor candles, so that's just been thrown out. Can't cope with that one. So now we will come on to the scentsy stuff. I will start with the wax. I will start with this one, actually. So this was a tester pot in Strawberry Rose that I used because Scentsy replaced it because the label was missing. So when I was away the other weekend, I just popped this in the warmer I take travelling, and that was really nice. Then I finished a bar of Cozy Cardigan, so this was really nice scent. I didn't stock up, I was strong, I didn't add it to my Scentsy Club when it went bye-bye yesterday, 31st of January. I don't know, part of me regrets not picking any up, because obviously with Scentsy there is no guarantee that it will ever come back, though it is a popular one, so I'd like to think it will. However, I'm not too heartbroken. You know, there will be, if this doesn't come back, I'm sure there will be one just as nice that does. Then I finished off a Vanilla Bean Buttercream, which is also in the new catalogue launched today. This is a really nice vanilla, like bakery vanilla scent. It's great as a mixer. If you have a scent that's too floral, or too floral for your liking, try mixing it with Vanilla Bean Buttercream. It just kind of cuts through it and really tones it down. Then, again, this one I love. This one I did put in my Scentsy Club, which is Cashmere and Corduroy. This was one of the new scents for the Autumn Winter catalogue last year, and this one I kind of went, these are not too similar, they are quite different, but I was like, out of these two, which would I be more disappointed with not returning? And it was Cashmere and Corduroy, so I was like, right, that's the one that goes in my club. Then from the Home Scents of the Season collection, this was Citrus Pear Cider, which I finished off, and yeah, for me it was much nicer cold than it was warmed. I didn't really get any pear from it. It was a nice scent, but for me it just, I don't know, it wouldn't, I would repurchase it if it was part of a collection next year. If it was one that came out just, say, in the catalogue, I probably wouldn't buy it. It wasn't a standout scent for me. Then I finished off a bar of Dumbo Circus Parade, and as I said in one of my previous videos, this was a bit of a heartbreak because when I first had it I was like, oh, it's a bit light, but then took it out of my club, and as it's matured I was like, oh, actually I wish I hadn't. But it will come back. It will come back, and when it doesn't come back, it will go in my Scented Club, or I may just grab a few bars because I'm sure I do still have one bar left. Then on to the non-wax stuff. So I popped in a new scent circle in the car in World Traveller. Now I like these things and these things. Some things like this I do tend to do what I've used at the start, when I like put it in the car rather than when I take it out, because I don't really want to be storing a used up scent circle. So put that in, but this is one that I did keep. So this was one that we had new last year, and it was the 3D ones. And the reason I kept it was because of the fact that it kind of was so different. I mean, you could hang this on an artificial Christmas tree if you wanted to. I put it in the car and it was really quite fun. I did pick up a couple when we had the sale just before Christmas, I think it was, one of the flash sales. So I do have a few stashed for next year, just in case they do turn out to be a one-off. If they do come back, they do make really fun little gifts. Then I opened a new pack of cotton cleanups. These are now back as a standard catalogue item, or you can add them to Scented Club. They have increased in price to £12 for 25, which is a bit of a price jump from 7, but because of the way everything is going nowadays, the cost of cotton's gone up, labour's gone up, so inevitably they've gone up. I did stock up before the price increase, so I probably do have a good 6 months worth, maybe more. I think what I will probably do now is just use these for the full-size warmers, like that one, and maybe stick to my old method of using cotton wool balls for the mini warmers. Though I do use these as firelighters now because they just work so well. So even though the price of these have gone up, I don't buy firelighters anymore. So swings and roundabouts. Then I finished off my Very Snowy Spruce hand wash, and this was really, really nice. Like, the Scentsy hand washes are really good. Oops. No, they're not the cheapest. Not the cheapest by far. You don't actually need a huge amount of it. I mean, I started this, I think it was November. Was it November? I'm sure it was like towards the end of November I started this. Or was it? No, it was probably early December, I think it was. So, no, it was a good 6-7 weeks, maybe more. And that was with visitors, overnight guests. So it wasn't just me on my own using it. So these have also increased in price. They are now £11, not for this size. I think it's like a half bigger than this again. So it'll be interesting to see what the new one's like, but I do have a few of these stashed in the cupboard, so I won't be buying anytime soon, I don't think. Not for me at least. And then, last but not least, I finished off a bathroom cleaner. So the new one I replaced it with, the trigger was broken. I could have contacted them and asked them to send me a new one, but it was for me. I just took the trigger off the old one. So this was lemon squeeze, which was really nice, clean, fresh lemon scent. Yeah, the bathroom cleaner is really good. Just spray it on, leave it a little bit, wipe it off, give it a rinse, and good to go. It cuts through soap scum, lime scale, and leaves a nice fresh scent. So that's it. I can now go and pop all this in the recycling and the bin before I go to bed. So thanks for joining me this evening. I hope that was a bit of fun, and until next time, take care, stay safe, and look after yourself. See you soon.